are you guys doing anything above and beyond anything out of the normal, out of your normal operation at Allen's Plumbing to support providing any services for customers that you wouldn't normally supply or anything like that?
No, as far as our routine for the type of calls we get and the type of work we perform, before they had the lockdown, before this thing was really an issue, I have experience in the past because of earthquake I was in as a young man. We were labeled health and welfare. And so I had meetings with our staff, technicians, everybody, and said, be prepared to be out in the field if something becomes where other people can't go out, because we are health and welfare. It just turns out that in times gone by, now they call it essential services. But I actually had our staff aware that we will be required. And the simplicity of this is that I learned it during the 71 earthquake. You have to have toilet flushing, you have to have water for hygiene. And
Right.
so we were health and welfare, and we were issued badges to go through National Guard barriers and arms security. So I was very well aware of our necessity or need. I just didn't quite think that we were going to go into a lockdown of such severity.
Right, right. And how's your team been? Your kind of internal morale? How's it been as far as keeping? A lot of us are stuck at home, and of course, there's essential businesses like you just said that need to keep the water clean, that need to keep things running for the community. How has your team been? How has it been? Being that one of those few businesses that's still open. I mean, does it feel strange? Is it weird?
It's a two-sided deal. Yeah. First, when I had this meeting with the folks, I said, when this happens, I'm not going to require anybody to work. If you feel it's a safety issue, something you need to stay at home for, family members, whatever, you're welcome to detach. But I'll tell you, we've been very, very fortunate. The staff has been tremendous. The technicians, the plumbers, all been right there and going above and beyond. And we're getting real great response from the clients, the people we are out there serving, with great responses back saying, boy, you guys really took care of us. So that means that they're giving themselves to these folks in both physical and mental ability,
Wow, yeah, that's awesome. And then is there anything any indications you have about the future, any feelings or thoughts that you have, anything you're planning ahead?
Throughout my lifetime, I've always said, when people ask me what's happening, they say, I'm getting ready for tomorrow. Now, this prediction is insane because, one, if we're going to look at it overall in the nation, it's one thing, and if we're going to look at it locally, it's another. Maui was shown on a couple of surveys I saw to be one of probably the last to recover. And they had it rated through locations that had service industries. And, you got hotels that need to fill. And who's going to go on vacation as soon as this thing becomes to the point where we can have a somewhat normal life with, I'll call the mainland.
Right.
Because when you get back to work, you're not going to be the first thing doing, let's go on vacation. And an airfare and airplanes, I mean, people are going to be very nervous, I think, to come back. So I don't like to be a pessimist, and I believe in positive, but I also have to be a realist, and I have employees to take care of, and I have payroll I have to make, and we all have mortgages and rent.
Right.
The
We can only
unknown is that. This is strictly unknown.
Right. We can only play it day by day and
we
do the best we can.
We're very fortunate. We're having calls. I mean, people have to have certain things done. The problem we're preparing for now, and we've already seen it in a short time, is that, our community is running short on their own revenue and funds. So the things they might want to have done or need to have done, they're going to have trouble paying for. And, at that, credit issues, how do we provide services, essential services? How do you tell somebody, I'm sorry, I can't fix your toilet, when they got a house full of children and parents,
Right. Wow, that's an interesting thing to navigate. Is there any blueprint? Do they have anything that can protect or help support a plumbing company, say if that happens in the community? And is there any legal side that can support there?
Nothing I'm aware of, but I guess the real basis of it is that, where's your heart? You know,
Right.
we know what we are. We're essential service. We provide health
Right.
and welfare. You can't tell somebody, I'm sorry, you have no money. I can't let you flush your toilet. So, we have to have that consideration going forward. And I don't know how bad it's going to get. You asked me about the
Right.
future. The future
Right.
I'm concerned about is how do we keep our lights on and still take care of the needs of the people?
Right. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your insight, Steve, and of course your services. I know you guys do a great deal for the community, so it's appreciated. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Any address to the community? Anything you'd like to share before we depart here?
Well, we're all, we're fortunate to begin with here. Everybody who lives here knows that there's always a specialty to the people and the kindness. I think if you had to say you're stuck anywhere, what a better place to be stuck. And I've never forgotten the beauty of this place, and I look at it every day. So, if you get past the revenue necessity, you get past what you want to call it commercialism, we learn about living, and that's what we have to focus on, is how we're going to live through this the best we can. So
Right.
patience, understanding, and I guess a little belief.
Yeah. Belief, heart, patience, understanding, caring for each other too. We're all stuck in this together, so we got to find a way through.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Steve. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Well, thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Bye-bye.